You are attempting to access a classified system. Please prepare for retina scan. Identity confirmed and approved. Welcome to the Void Archive.
Hello and welcome to the Void Armada new recruit video. If you are here for your first promotion, there will be a passphrase in this video that you have to give to an admin. We ask that you stay for the entirety of the video. You will meet one of the 4 Armada commanders and founder of the Armada and see what we have to offer as a community, including a highly active Discord server, documented giveaways totaling over 100 billion EC in the last 5 years, PlayStation chat channels, nightly player versus player matches, or PvP for short, and most importantly, why we are one of the best communities in the game. The Void Armada was founded on May 2, 2019 by Armada Commander Bren. The reasons for creating this fleet was to create a safe, friendly, and relaxed community for players to come together. With this being said, there are fundamental rules that members must adhere to if they wish to remain in the community. These rules are very simple, and to sum it up, we ask that you be a decent person. Star Trek was envisioned as people being enlightened. Unfortunately, this is still a game and you may be surprised just how many trolls find their way onto Star Trek Online and plague the communities for everyone. So let's get to it. Rule number 1, treat others the way you would like to be treated. Bullying and/or hate speech are not tolerated. This includes derogatory remarks that would be classified as racist, sexist, homophobic, and transphobic. Rule number 2, do not beg. This includes begging in zone chat, as you are now representing our community. If you need something, ask, but please, do not be persistent. Rule number 3, act like a family member. We have many families that game with us, and some have children that are just learning about Star Trek Online. Indecent comments or images will not be tolerated. Any violation of these rules will be dealt with by Admiralty, and can result in you being permanently banned from our community and being reported to PlayStation, Cryptic Studios, and law enforcement agencies if need be. In addition to these rules, we also recommend not participating in religious, spiritual, or political conversations in public chat forums. These almost always lead to someone violating the rules. You may also hear the phrase, real life first. At the end of the day, this is just a game, and if you have personal, real-life matters, we understand if you take a break. With this being said, we are a highly active community. The member count for fleets only allows 500 members, and we fill up very fast. We regularly have to purge, or kick, inactive members, to ensure space for active members. To ensure you are not assumed inactive, we ask that you sign off as attending on our activity roster located in your fleet event window. This should only take a few seconds, and only needs to be done once a month. You do not actually have to be on at the time set on the event. That wraps up our basic new member introduction. There is a whole lot more that we would really like to cover, and we ask that you remain for the rest of the video. If you are truly not a community-based player, that's okay. We understand that play style, and we hope that maybe you will see that what we are doing can be just as fun. Your passphrase for promotion is action figure. Again, the passphrase for your promotion is action figure.
Hello and welcome to the second segment of the new recruit video. My name is Depren, and I am one of the 4 Armada commanders in the Void. The other commanders are Yuki, Bebot, and Doc Holiday. In this segment, I'm going to be talking a little bit about your fleet menu, and it kind of is important because we do things a little bit different. We have things like the activity roster that we have to, do a purge of inactive members. If you're not on that roster, you will be deemed as inactive, so I will cover that. We also are a max level fleet, so we have to contribute to other fleets in the Armada, and I'm going to explain all that now. This should only take a couple minutes. So, if you go to your social and team, if you're brand new and never been to a fleet, this might have been grayed out, but now it's not. So we will just take this window by window and be very quick, but I'll try and explain things as we go. We have a message of the day. It's really the message of the month. We don't really change it unless we have major events planned, but we do have the fleet of the month down there, and we will talk about what that is later when we get to the Armada window. we can scroll over here and have events. Now, these events are there for you guys. Rowdy's TFO night, stuff like that is time specific. But these giveaways we host on the Discord, which will be covered in the third segment of this video. Village Hall meetings we host once a month. That's where you get to come on and you have just as much right as always against the Armada commander. You are the member. We are the member. We're all members here. So we want to hear what you have to say. We actually just started doing surveys, and again in segment 3 that is discussed. This is probably the most important thing in the event window, the activity roster. So there is a max cap of 500 members for a fleet, and we fill up very, very fast. We have to conduct monthly purges, and if you're not on this roster, we assume that you're inactive. Now this does include any alts you might have in fleet. If you are captain rank, you can have multiple alts promoted to the same, but yeah, you have to be on this. Now this isn't like something you have to be online at the time of the event. All you have to do is click on attending. It takes about 13 seconds. So please just make sure you're on top of this. Our record, I think, is 133 attending, and albeit, you know, there were a couple alts on there probably, so I'd probably say about 120. But we just did a purge, so that is why we're not really pushing people, reminding them that, hey, we got a purge coming up, get on the roster. So yeah, please just be on that. Here you can find all of your online people. If you want to sort with triangle, you can find offline, but you could sort however you want. Over here we have all the criteria for promotion. I mean, for fleet tour access, 25k in donations, it just shows that, hey, you're contributing and you do actually care a little bit. So yeah, we don't have a very high requirement to access fleet tours like other fleets. I know some fleets require keys, and however they use that, whether it be for themselves or in giveaways, that is up to them. We just don't do that. We don't really, we just don't agree with it, but to each their own. But all of your stuff here as far as criteria for promotions can be found here. Now let's talk a little bit about the ranks. Obviously, again, criteria is there for promotions. This is right here, the captain rank is pretty much the highest a member can get. Now that's a member, so you are not tasked with any administrative, you know, tasks or anything like that. And to be honest, I would love to be a rank 4, but for the community, I really enjoy it. I don't mind the extra work. This is where our admins come into play. They're able to promote, demote. They have a bit more, permissions than a captain, and they are usually facilitators of events. They have more bank access, stuff like that. This rank here is solely for fleet leaders within our Armada. So again, we are a max level fleet, excuse me, and our bank is, or our stores are completely maxed out as well. So for the lower level fleets, we have their fleet leader as an ambassador rank in our fleet. That way they could give out map invites to the different holdings for their members. And obviously Armada commander is the highest rank. Now, if we go over to our Armada menu, all right, and again, since we are a max level fleet, we normally contribute to each fleet's holdings, and that's where the message of the day comes in for fleet of the month. We have a list, and we go down that list and choose which fleet to prioritize donations to. So we ask that you adhere to that. I mean, it really does help them a lot, especially if we know that they are going to have a major upgrade. We might swap out the list a little bit and try that. I mean, we're always trying to learn from our mistakes, but it's worked for us so far. In order to actually donate to these individual fleets within the Armada, all you have to do is tab over to holdings, and then you could see all of their holdings and donate. That's it. So the best way is to get a screenshot. If you just donate it like I did there, you get a little blip in the lower left-hand corner. A screenshot is going to be so quick. But if you fail to get a screenshot, it's okay. We have admins within each of these fleets. We also have the fleet leaders and their admins, which we can communicate to pretty quickly, and we could get your numbers to verify your contributions. So again, we ask that you please donate to the Fleet of the Month. Now, sometimes we have to host our own holdings here. We are getting a bit low after 4 years of not running any projects whatsoever. We are getting a bit low on provisions, so we've been going through a couple of these here. So if you ever want to track your contributions, let's just say you donated to K13. You could tab over to leaderboards and then scroll down to where you're at. I mean, you can filter by just clicking square and it will sort alphabetically, or you could click on the numeric value and it will sort numerically. So that is pretty much it. I mean, again, a lot more is going to be described as far as the events, a lot of community events. Members, if you really want to participate and have an active community, whether it be PvP or PvE, please stick around for the next segment. It's not that long. It's a brief rundown on our Discord. So another topic I'd like to cover is a very important asset for us and our members, and is our Discord server. If you're unfamiliar with what Discord is, it's pretty much a high-speed PSN chat and forum and a lot more. We facilitate all of our giveaways from here. We also plan all of our events from here, and then we disseminate them to our PSN chats second to that. The reason we have this is because our PSN chats, which we are counting in the dozens at this point, they have a member cap of 100 members, and we found ourselves now purging them weekly. And it's got to the point where we're only able to purge 2 or 3 people, and it's getting very frustrating. So that is why we are using our Discord here. So there is a detailed video that be made as far as how to navigate this, and I will drop that in the description below. For now, we're just going to go over a couple highlighted things. So this is probably one of the more important ones, and we just updated this. So we used to use a spreadsheet to announce all of our events and consolidate them, and this is just much more easy on the eyes. So again, we start here, and yeah, we're going to add more stuff in, obviously, but if you're ever wondering when is this new summer event coming out, I'm talking about the way we celebrate summer event, not the way Star Trek Online does. It will be on this kind of calendar. PvP we run every single night. There's different types of PvP, no intel, protect the tank. We will be reviving T5 Tuesdays, stuff like that. If you're into PvE, TFOs, Task Force operations, you can find them here, and we will be adding more in there, as I was just told that we are doing more. So very important. So if you're ever wondering, where's all the community members, what are they doing? Well, this is probably what they're doing. We do have rules if you need that refreshed. Giveaways. Again, when you're onboarding, when you're first getting on our Discord, it will ask you a series of questions. If you click on your interest in giveaways, you will see this channel. We do make our captains verify for that. And here's pretty much the main chat for this Discord, text-based at least. Again, it's open to all, so you're going to see a whole bunch of people here. Captain's table is reserved for our boosters. They get their own special giveaway. There are builds, plenty of builds here. We normally post a lot of them on our YouTube channel, but some of them, like what Bebot just did yesterday, is very, very in-depth. A lot of numbers and stuff like that. A lot of logic on explaining why he's using something, or scenarios, and it just goes really, really in depth. So if you like numbers, you like nerding out over this kind of stuff, this is the place to go. We also have guides as far as farming dilithium or EC. There's starter ground equipment. I mean, the list goes on. A lot of good stuff on there as well. We obviously have really awesome memes, family friendly, of course, and there are chat channels. The little link to our YouTube, and our ever popular FunV. This has been around for going on 5 years now, and again, it's multi-Armada. All the best of the best pretty much are here in FunV. A lot of heavy hitters, a lot of knowledgeable people, and it's just really nice because a lot of people in PvP, if you go down to Karat without any experience, it's pretty much, you're just getting bullied and stuff like that. Or nobody wants to share their builds. Well, this is the place where it's complete opposite. Again, we do our nightly PvPs every single night. If you ever want to play some mini games and get addicted, virtual fishing, it's actually pretty fun. I highly recommend it. This section is for our fleet leaders within our Armada. This is for Star Trek Online leaders, and there are ban lists that we share and they share, and we just have a better grasp at the who's who of Star Trek Online villains, pretty much. Very easy to just Control F and search this ban list. There's reasons and so on. The last section is just for Armada High Command. Nothing to see there. But that's pretty much our Discord in a nutshell. Again, we're really pushing the boundaries of the broken space game, as we affectionately call it. But yeah, we're really trying to just expand, make everything more fluid and easier for all parties involved. Welcome to the final segment of the new recruit video. In this segment, I just want to talk about why we're doing this. I mean, why are we making new recruit videos on YouTube? Why are we making YouTube videos? Why are we making these extravagant Discords that are so well protected that take hours and hours and hours to make? I mean, why are we giving away 100 billion EC worth of T6 ships in the last 5 years that has a documented list of who's getting them? And I speak on behalf of the other admins and other Armada commanders when I say it comes down to community and our members. I know that sounds cliche, I know, but we would not be here without our members. I always tell members it is you who plot the course and we just try to steer the ship, and I can't emphasize try enough. We are human, we make mistakes. But some of the stuff you see in this community over the years that I've seen, it's really incredible. It's been a wild ride, and I've met some lifelong friends here. I mean, back in our early days, even now, people are just giving each other T6 ships because they can't find them on the exchange, and they expect nothing in return. During the pandemic, which was terrifying for a lot of people, we had a member send a satellite phone across the pond just so they could stay in contact. You don't hear about that kind of stuff in other gaming communities. Most recently, one of our members, his house burned down, and he was in the ICU, and it was his parents who logged on because he wanted us to know he was okay. Our response wasn't thoughts and prayers emojis or whatever. It was, how are we going to fix this? What can we do? This isn't right. And people, before you know it, there was a GoFundMe. I mean, we made, national news. And like somebody reached out to that news network just to get that view on the GoFundMe so we could really get him what he needed. People wanted to send care packages. It literally is jaw-dropping. It's awe-inspiring. I can't say enough. I mean, it really comes down to the community, and we like to protect that investment. And that's why there are videos like this. That's why there's rules. We're not going to become something you see randomly in zone chat. Anytime in zone chat, you know what I'm talking about. Or some of these other small little communities who we pushed very far into the corner, and we know not to game with them. So, with that being said, thank you for sticking around for the entirety of the video. It really does mean a lot to us. And since you have, please message one of us. We will give you a T5 ship. It's small, but it shows that you stuck around, and it's the least we could do. As always, game long and prosper, my friends.